thunderstorms today with strong southwesterly winds to 37 miles per hour.
It's a numbers game, especially for the situation that we're in. We're coming off of a high water event here. The outdoors is not a hobby. It's not our passion. It is our way of life. We make the perfect cast, slow our breathing to execute a perfect shot, spend hours researching locations and techniques. Regardless of effort, we fail. This series is not about incredible bites or trophy animals. Our goal here at Day One Outdoors is to educate our viewers utilizing new technology to offer a different perspective. Watch as we research new areas, plan out the day, and adjust to changing conditions. If not for other experienced outdoorsmen teaching me along the way, I wouldn't have this life. I owe it to them to pass this knowledge along. I owe it to you. Join us here on Day One Outdoors, and let's learn how to become more successful in the field and on the water from day one. The life of a steelhead angler. Hours on the road, thousands of miles traveled, only to set foot on the banks of a raging river and difficult conditions. But the constant desire to explore and learn new water is what drives us. To challenge ourselves, be humbled by the locals' knowledge, and strive to find success in unfamiliar territory. Over the next 2 days, we will endure frustration and receive vindication. How many rods are you going to fish today, 2? How many are you going to bring, 20?
Of course. I tend to appreciate guides even more now than I ever have. Not doing it, being the guy that gets to sit in the front, I'm usually sitting on the oars, and this is a much better position.
Gonna run some beads and some yarnies and see where that takes us. Most of the time, they just kind of grab it and start chewing on it, so that rod tip starts to get kind of spongy, kind of heavier and heavier, kind of starts swimming and starts loading up. That's the bite we get most of the time. Every once in a while we get one of the really dumb ones and they'll just hammer it and take off running.
Woo! Woo! Well, that didn't take long.
No, it did not.
Outstanding.
Keep that tip up, buddy.
Underneath the I-5 bridge.
Yep. Reel down, lift up. Reel down, lift up.
Oh! That was 6 O's.
Part of the fun of steelhead fish, you got to give your buddy a little flack.
Well, that's a very good omen. That means there's either quite a few fish around
well,
or...
not only that, you see what he caught it on?
Yeah.
A bead. In this color water.
Mind blown.
You're worried about sight picture,
Yeah,
lures, all that stuff?
Mind blown. It is.
Right at
the boat. We'll find another one.
Okay, so we'll drift fish it first and then come through and wake him up with some plugs?
Yeah, you know.
I kind of want to plug it first, throw him back.
You want to cheat already, okay.
I want to find that big, aggressive fish.
You want to go ugly early. I see what you're doing. I see the program here. I do know.
Don't you low hole me.
Okay, how far do you want it?
Let's just go 50 on it. I want to keep him kind of tight and see where Alex is. That's where I think the fish are sitting.
I agree.
He's fishing that left edge, and guess what? This is his river.
We caught that one on a 14 millimeter creamsicle soft bead. Oh, we got another one on.
Yep.
All right.
Oh! Dude, what is up?
It's our second one off in 2 passes, so
what is
we know they're here.
up with these hooks? Oh, it's early in the day.
You'll
but
get it,
yes,
Zach.
yes, I am frustrated. Hooked 2 fish though in the first 10 minutes, so I mean, you can't really complain about that. Yeah, I want to fish in the boat and I want to take some home because they're awesome, but if that's an indication of how today is going to go, we're going to hook a lot of fish, so I'm okay right now.
Well, that tells me that they're active today.
Yeah.
Okay, Bill, we got to crush one right here.
Well, this one's going off. I'm telling you right now, this one's gonna go. I'd even be able to get away with metallic pink in here.
I think so.
While we're motoring up, we tie on a creamsicle on the rod that's broke off there, a 14 millimeter. We had one on for like 20 seconds there. 0 for 2. Go for it, buddy. And then let it drift down as close to that tree as you dare.
I can see it, kinda.
We've got, right now we've got a lot of fresh ones. We're kind of catching a mix, kind of almost 50-50. Some bright, fresh, brand new fish, and a couple that are more colored up that have been sitting here for a while. But we got one.
Yep.
All right, keep that tip up and keep that tension on him, buddy. Reel on him when he's thrashing. And reel down and lift up. Kind of work him, nice and easy. Over my head. Reel down. Lift up. Over my head. Yeah, there we go, buddy. Grab that net handle. Good job.
Finally, 1 for 3. That thing was a ways down there.
It was.
I was getting ready to reel her up, and then I was like, oh.
Well, so we just got done making our first pass through with plugs, and I really like doing a different technique, trying to give these fish a different look, but reality is we're fishing the very first hole. They've had 3 hookups and just landed their first one, and even in this off-color water, it's all been on beads. Imagine that. Super dirty water. They're getting bit on beads, not big plugs.
That is, to me, mind-blowing.
It is.
That's
it
just,
is.
I'm done.
So we're going to come talk to them and figure out what we're doing wrong.
Everything I've learned is, this is bizarro world.
It's backwards day,
It's
bud.
backwards day again. Just like last time.
Honestly, I could barely see my bobber. It was way down there. Sun was in my eyes. Just luckily that one stuck a little better than the last 2.
So we got a pretty little chrome native here. Taking the shrimp pink soft bead. And so we got a nice bright fresh hen here. She's got her adipose fin back here by my thumb, so she's a native. And down here on the Umpquas, we got to release our natives so they can spawn and make more for us. And it's a nice, pretty average size Umpqua fish right here.
Started off as a good day. 3 fish so far. I'm a happy camper now. Yes, very happy.
Yeah, buddy. See, back home we call that a clinic. I make one pass through and get nothing. I'm running my gear, and then you guys just bank.
Here we just call it luck.
Huh?
Here we just call it luck.
Yeah, that's
what I
sure.
was telling him.
Advantage.
I'm not very good. I'm just lucky. Sometimes.
You got a good
Sometimes
guide.
you're the bug. Sometimes you're the windshield. You just never know.
Okay, well, the first thing I'm doing is I'm putting the plugs away and I'm pulling out the smaller gear.
Soft beads.
Just, it's surprising. You think plugs would go in this dirty water? I pounded the daylight out of it.
This is like our
This is your jam?
This is like our jam water right here. It's nowhere near dirty yet for here. It's just the perfect, like, just enough, like, kind of milkiness to it that they feel safe and they're moving and they're hanging in that flat right now. Obviously.
Obviously, there's fish there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of fish there.
No,
So if he
just
can
found,
hook 3,
I found
there's a lot of
only
fish.
3. The only.
No. All right,
But
I'm
his
re-rigging.
average is only 333. So.
All right, guys, I'm gonna go back to the house. They got a full bar.
Fishfield is your one-stop shop online for the gear you need here in the Pacific Northwest and beyond. From salmon and steelhead, saltwater, trout and kokanee, even crabbing. Visit fishfield.com today to place an order with no sales tax and have the gear you need shipped fast. Fishfield.com, we have what the Northwest outdoorsman needs.
Every once in a while, a new lure comes along that catches every angler's attention. It could be because of all the irresistible colors and finishes, or the patented skip bead action. Or maybe it's the wide variety of sizes designed for salmon, trout, walleye, steelhead, mackinaw, and more. But just for the record, we know one thing for certain. We didn't design the mag lip. to catch fishermen. Yakima Bait Company.
A lot of times when I'm bobber dogging, I'm fishing these beads. I like to do 2 different size beads. Like here I have a 14 millimeter and a 16 millimeter, and 2 different colors. In this case, shrimp pink and cerise, both that I do really well down here on. But I just like to do 2 so they got some different options, because day to day you never know what they're feeling. The first bite was on creamsicle, and the next 2, these last 2 fish were both on the 14 millimeter shrimp pink. Yeah, we're gonna drop anchor so Zach and I can both fish it, and we'll kind of grit it out and cover that whole side and see if we can find out if there's some more fish laying over there.
Oh my God.
Get that rod tip up and reel.
Yeah, they're definitely relaxed on this one.
He just had a good season.
I'm gonna pull anchor so we can chase him.
Yep, we're gonna need to go after this one.
Keep reeling on that bad boy.
Just follow me around, guys.
There you go, you're kicking his butt now. Keep working him, don't stop.
That's a little better fish.
It is.
Get my butt whooped.
Looks like he had a little run-in with something, an osprey, eagle, some sort of predator. Ripped him up pretty nice back there. And it's another native. You can see that adipose fin right there by my thumb.
I don't suck. Yes. The way the day started, I was a little worried.
It's kind of just one of my go-tos with the bobber dogging. Bobber dogging with the bobber makes it really easy to see what part of the hole we're covering, so we can kind of break it down and grit it up and cover every part of it. And I mean, as far as just using the soft beads, they work really well for me, so I don't like to change what's working. The 14 millimeter shrimp.
Well, we fished this for another hour, nothing's happened. We should probably just keep on moving down. We're still only in the first hole, really. Let's just reel up after this cast and make a move.
I'm fishing blind right now.
We got one. Nice. Keep reeling on him, buddy. Keep reeling on him. Keep that tip up and reel on him. Keep reeling on him.
What the hell are we doing wrong, man?
I don't know, watching flies catch fish.
Don't stop. Keep reeling.
It looks like fun. We should try that maybe.
Okay, maybe we need to go to beads.
Easy now, easy out there. Nice slow lift and reel down. There we go, good job. Grab that net handle, buddy. This river can be fickle. She's either really mean to you or she's really good to you. Like right down there, Danny's got one on. Right downriver of us. I think tried to get out and walk up to the highway, dude. See that?
I think that is fish number 5, Bill, that they've hooked. Is that right? Number 5, yeah. And we haven't even had a bite yet. And for whatever reason, we're still not. Oh, they got one on. The boat down below has one on too. Holy crap! That was a nice fish too. Yeah, we're getting our tails wet. But even with seeing all these fish being caught, Bill and I are of the same mind. We still aren't switching our gear over to what they're catching them on. Not the smartest thing, but we like catching fish the way we like catching fish. Oh, brutal.
This one's been in here a little while, but still had a lot of spunk. Took me all the way across the river, tried to swim into the willows and up to the highway. As you can see, we got another native, so no dinner table tonight, but this one's ready for release. You just see the bobber go down, and you know the motto is reel till you feel. The bobber goes down, you just reel, you feel tension, and then it takes off. But that one, as soon as I set that hook, that thing took off. There's no doubt about that one. We were only fishing a single bead that time. Just had the, 14 creamsicle on there?
Yep, 14 creamsicle.
14 BNR creamsicle. They work. Little fish dance. That's my happy dance. You know, brings the fish. Happy dance brings the fish to the pond.
Clinic. Yeah, that one was fighting pretty good.
Double bead, double bead, double bead.
Salmon swim up to 3,000 miles to return to their exact place of birth to reproduce. Well, most of the time.
Alex, we're taking a little break here right now and, cooking up some lunch, taking stock of what's happened so far today. And so far, Bill and I are struggling, to say the least. We've probably seen half dozen 7 fish get caught from you and the other boats, and we've had maybe 1 bite. So looking at what we've been doing, we've been fishing the same holes. What do you see that we're doing wrong?
I don't know about doing wrong, but I mean, there's just like within the holes, like the local knowledge of how the hole goes, and
Sure.
you might start in the middle of the river, but as you're going down, you might drift over to the left or drift over to the right.
Sure.
Because there's kind of channels that those fish are coming up. So like instead of doing like one straight line down the river, just like that looks good and just go with it. You kind of notice like I'm moving my boat over, like on the hole we just fished, I start in the middle and I move it over to the left as we go down where we hook the last fish.
Gotcha.
And that's just kind of the path that the fish follow. And I mean, knowing that just comes from being here all the time.
It does. Local knowledge will always trump any type of skill or technique or best plug or lure or color or scent or bait. Local knowledge will always do it. You have to be in front of the fish first. So we've made a number of casts with pretty similar gear. We've been running the yarnies with bait. Bill is drift fishing, a little coon shrimp with an Okie drifter. We've tried a lot of different things, but it seems like today they're keying in on the soft beads, on the plastic. Why do you think that is, especially in this watercolor?
I think it's just like I'm fishing the shrimp pink and a creamsicle bead for the most part all day today.
Sure.
And we've been bit on both. But I mean, in this watercolor, it's pretty good visibility, just a little cloudy. But I mean, it looks good to them. I think it's more the drift of that bead, versus dragging the bottom on side drifting. How it's just kind of floating naturally through there.
Now we're here. Bill and I are here fishing new water we've never fished before. We're kind of showing how we're breaking down the water and the way we see it, and that's why I've been back trolling a lot. That's why I've been fishing different gear. Bill's been throwing a spoon. We're side drifting some. Has not worked too much, and that's where the local knowledge comes into play. Why did you choose this one stretch of water?
I chose this stretch because just below us down here is a fairly big tributary. It's one of the first bigger tributaries that's coming in. And so it's got its little tributaries and snow melt and the rain that we got all last night and today. And so it's still rising. So we got tributaries above us that are crested and already starting to drop. So we're not seeing too big of a bump, as we've seen all day, the water looks great. Yeah. But down below here, that bigger tributary is going to be spitting some pretty dirty water and making it bigger, so it's going to spread the fish out more and not confine them, make it a lot harder to find. Whereas up here, they're where they're supposed to be right now.
Well, it's only not even noon yet, and we got our lunch cooking. We have a couple more holes before we finish up with this short section. Do you suggest we just run this section again since we know there's fish, or should we stay above that feeder creek, that feeder system, and get even further upstream? Because to me, it almost seems like these fish are moving. And if they're moving, they're going to keep powering up river. So I'm almost thinking we need to get up above them and try and cut off this group of fish here, because they're obviously here.
Yeah, my plan is to go up higher than we put in the first time There's a bunch more good holes. They're gonna have fish that are already in them, and the fish that we got into this morning. I mean, we've gotten them low down in the holes and the tail outs, or close to the tail outs, flats right above them. So it does seem like they're moving. So
Sure.
if we get a little higher, we're probably gonna run into those schools again.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm working.
Alex is getting his boat put in the water right now, and it's dumping rain. And we talked about it a little bit earlier. When we get this warm rain on top of snow, it's going to color up the water. And we've been dealing with that off and on throughout the day, but it seems like the waters, at least the feeder creeks up above here, have started to crest and drop, which means that they're going to be clearing up. So we're hoping that this afternoon we can get in front of that group of fish and pick them off as they're coming up, because what does happen when you get this warm rain on top of snow, the fish will become active. We get nice warm water, the water temperature comes up, they got plenty of cover with that darker colored water, so they move fast. And that's what we saw this morning. We found a couple groups of fish, we were on them right away, then all of a sudden, ghost town, disappeared. So what do? We know they're moving, we get up in front of them, we're gonna try and cut them off, see if we can't get another fish or two before we run out of light. Alex is ready, it's my turn.
No, it's not raining. This is just a little winter Oregon sunshine. You know, round two. That's no big deal.
We're starting off bobber dogging. It's how we've hooked all our fish today. We haven't hooked fish on much anything else, so it's working. So we're going to keep doing it till that changes. But if we start getting like a hard rise on the river, that definitely seems to turn the bite off. When that river starts climbing pretty hard, and the water starts dirtying up, and the levels are coming up, and those fish are just, I don't know if it makes them move more or what, but it turns them off, and it's a whole lot harder to catch them.
And then the squally back then, the squally had a lot of color like this all during April because it came out of the dam that way. I used to love gold and fluorescent red like that. We'll figure out these things by the end of tomorrow. Okay, Mang.
Okay, Mang. We're plugging right now on this tail out, and we just had a fish that missed the plug. He came up and he pushed it a little bit, and that's one of the downfalls of plugging in slower water like this. The fish, they're still aggressive, but they're not going to be coming up trying to just annihilate the plug. They're going to probably just try and pick it up and move it out of the way, and that's what Bill and I both just saw. That fish came up and just lightly tapped it and just slapped it out of the way and probably continued to strike upstream. And this is all brand new water for Bill and I. So what we're doing each time we pull into a hole, we looked at this one in particular, and the first thing we did was look way down at the bottom of the hole into the riffle going into the next slot. The reason why is because we want to find the travel lane. We want to figure out where these fish are coming up. On the right-hand side, there's a lot of willows, bigger rocks, faster current. Left-hand side, there's nice walking speed water, good travel lane up this left edge, and then some nice soft water here in this tail out where they can come through that riffle, stop and rest for a moment. So anytime that you're trying to break down new water, you need to look at the hole below and see if that'll help you determine where the travel lanes are for these fish.
Oh,
Is he
there
slacking?
he is. He's on, son.
He's jumping, Bill!
Yeah, woo!
Take your time, have some fun with him.
Sir,
Come around behind you.
I waited as long as I could, man. He's gonna go again.
Oh yeah.
There he goes. Yes.
You hook
Too
good?
shiny. Oh, apparently so.
Oh, look at that.
See, I told you he was hooked good. What'd I tell you?
Well, look at that.
I told you he was hooked good, brother.
Bill, what were we just saying, buddy? No one's plugging? No one's plugging. This has got to work. Wham!
Yep. Once in a while, you're right. That was pretty awesome.
Oh, I love
There's
plug
nothing like a
takedowns.
plug bite. There's nothing like a plug bite, man. I dig that so much. There we go. There's an Oregon wild steelhead.
Hey.
Out of the Umpqua.
That's your very first fish out of the Umpqua, isn't it?
Yes, it certainly is. Well, it could have been yours if you grabbed it too.
Oh, no, you picked that color.
Go on, baby.
Plugs, baby. Plugs.
Bag loop.
Okay.
It was the light pink, indeed.
I'm telling you, and I don't care what river you fish, anywhere.
No.
Dr. Death.
If there's a wild steelhead, you notice that was a wild fish?
Yep.
Wild fish love metallic pink.
Moving fish. like metallic pink.
Yeah.
If they're sedentary, if they're just sitting in a hole, not so much. They're keying in more on your fluorescent reds.
Right.
But moving fish, Dr. Death, man.
You know, if I had to catch a steelhead for $1 million and you have one lure and you got one shot,
Wait a minute. Are you
I'll
telling me-
take that one.
You telling me the metal god would not swing a spoon?
Well, in this condition, I'll take that.
Metallic pink.
That's right.
All right, let's go load it up. It may have taken all day, but Bill and I finally landed in Umpqua Steelhead. Plugging, not on beads. Our stubbornness proved successful, but compared to the locals, we still have much to learn. Tomorrow, we will take the knowledge gained and see if we can increase our catch rate. But the rain is falling harder and conditions are deteriorating. We wonder how the fish will change their pattern and how we will adapt.